Welcome to okay, recording in progress. Welcome back to 2000. Well, back, I guess. Welcome to 2026. Yay, cliche. We did it. Oh my gosh. And then in 12 months, we'll be like, oh my gosh, the year's gone by so fast. That's what happens when we get old. It just time goes too quick. Um, okay, so as per uh last year, we were gonna say this is our club contest, but you know, sometimes we don't have that many people, but now it's a good thing, right? One thing that's, you got a good side and a bad side, not really a bad side, right? No club contest. That actually frees up a lot of people because today I had a lot of people that didn't get my message that the club contest was canceled. And they're like, I'm so sick. I can't be a timer. Or I can't do this. I'm like, oh, don't worry. We don't have a contest today. Oh, here's Pippin. Yay. Haven't seen her in a long time. So this is an opportunity for our club members to actually, that are competing, actually get some practice in, which, talking about practice, and practice is good. But with that, we have to give like feedback and constructive feedback. And the idea is that as an audience, we're all different. And one thing about Toastmasters is when we are giving our feedback, like usually when you give a speech to somebody, right? And people go see you, they know what you're about. But in Toastmasters, you're going to be talking to a lot of different opinions and different people. So it's really hard to kind of get that like individual, like, try to get your audience because everyone's different. But Toastmasters is pretty kind of set up when you can go online, go on YouTube and get as much detail on past contest winners. Right, all the speeches are online to kind of get an idea of what a speech contest is. Not so much necessarily a table topic, but there are videos out there on how to do really good table topics and evaluations. And the cool thing about being in this club is that we have a two time two-time District 87 champion in evaluations, table topics, and public speaking. So, we have that ability to get people, get someone, that gives speeches, and we can give her advice. Will she use it? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Right? But that's the idea. No matter how good you are as, a speaker, you as an audience member can give a little bit of feedback today to help our club mates. Also, Esther's here, and she's going to be a table topic member as well. So she's going to give you a chance to talk and maybe take some guidelines from people that have been speaking. That's really awesome. All right. And of course, even though this is a kind of an unconventional meeting, so to speak, we do still have a team, a little bit, a small team, a little bit different. But I want to introduce someone I haven't seen probably in a year, except in photos, right? Of her traveling and teaching and doing stuff. And I still haven't seen her in a year because her camera's not there. RGE, Pippin, right? Are you there, Pippin? Oh, whoa, there she is, Pippin.
Sorry, can you give me 5 seconds? Sorry.
She's back from Turkey.
I was gonna say, did you got the eyes done and the hair done and
Turkey.
all for this meeting?
Okay.
All
Hello.
right, Pippin, let's go.
Okay, sorry guys. Wait, how am I? Okay, so crazy thing is my suitcase is still in India right now. Did not arrive with me, so I'm a little bit troubled. Had to go to the airport again tomorrow because it hasn't arrived. And the thing is, I have my laptop charger inside the suitcase. So I don't have my computer right now. I'm using my tablet for the first time after like a year or so. So I had to dig it in a crate or something. Right. Sorry for the technical difficulty, but I'm so happy that I can join Bhinneka meeting today. Usually I didn't get to join because of the usual online stuff, but I hope I can be of help today by becoming the GE. And as mentioned by Ben earlier, being in Toastmasters is one of the benefit is for you getting the evaluation from fellow members. And then today is extra special because we have two people who will join the competitions, right? And then they can appreciate and probably really need feedback from all of us. So I hope we can, um, give the feedback to them so they can do uh, only get better from here. Okay, now before we go to the main agenda, I would like to introduce the evaluation team. Yeah, first one is our timer, Dia. Can you please explain your job, Dia?
All right, thank you. This is Toastmaster Pipit, our GE. Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year. I believe all of us are Toastmasters, but how about Yolanda? Yolanda, are you a guest of Toastmaster? Toastmaster, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. And today we have two sessions for the contest exercise. The first is three-task speech, and the time is 5 to 7 minutes. Meaning I will give signal to the speakers, green, yellow, and red. Green for the 5 minutes, and then yellow for the 6 minutes, and red for the 7 minutes, and the grace period is 30 seconds. While in the table topics, the time is 1 to 2 minutes. Green 1 minute, yellow 1 minute 30 seconds, and red 2 minutes. Still, the grace period is 30 seconds. Do we will have, of course, with evaluation? Do we have evaluation then? Not
It's
no
going to be like
round
round thing, round
robin.
robin in
All right.
evaluation.
I will give my time report at the end of the evaluation session. Give the control back to our GE distinguished Toastmaster David.
Thank you so much for explaining the job of the timer. Uh, Here, I noticed that there's no counter. Is that correct? Yeah, I suggest we should have one because these two people will join a competition or two competitions. And I think it's best if they know whether they have distractions or not, such as the usual, and pauses, something like that. So if any one of you does not have a role yet, would you like to volunteer to be the counter and do a great service to our members?
I'm jobless. I can do that. Even though I'm
Yes,
French.
I knew he would do it. Actually, in the corner of my eye, I was looking at Vendra's profile picture just now. Okay, great. So, but Vendra, I will make the job easy for you. Please only count the and all of these things for those who will join the contest. So you don't need to count the one for me, for Ben, and things like that. Okay, Vendra? All right. Now I think that's it, right? Yeah, we don't need also ballot counter and everything like that, right? Because the competition, of course, is not decided by popular votes anyway. It's decided by the judges. So let's just do as naturally like how a contest would. I think that's it from me. And then I would like to give the control back to Tom Ben.
Whoa! All right, very good. Okay, so I'm excited. Ooh, and again, Toastmasters is typically a very positive and friendly environment for the most part. But again, club contests, as a start, club, area, division. Nope. What is it? Club, area, division? Yeah, division, district. Right? And then whatever the next one is, and the next one. That's the 6 rounds. It's pretty cutthroat, right? Really cutthroat part of time Toastmasters where it's really nice. Everyone's so happy. But again, you could tell when you get higher and higher and higher up who like is going to make it to the top, right? And in District 87, we did have one person, it's two people, Alan and Alan. Yeah, Alan. He got to go to the World Championship in District 87. So it's possible. Someone from this district can make it all the way to the championship round and he got third, right? That's pretty crazy, right? That's when it starts, right here in a club contest style. But these two ladies get to go to the next level, right? So that's a good way. And again, our feedback is super crucial. So let's understand this. When you're giving feedback, let's try not to be redundant, which is don't use unnecessary stuff. So redundant, unnecessary feedback would be anything to do with the computer screen, right? Because the area contest and forward is going to be in person. So using their space on their computer, stage presence is not necessary for this like feedback. Important, it's part of the grading and judging using stage presence, but not really important for right now. So really try to focus on the story. Think about this, right? I'll give you some ideas. Think about, does the story make sense from a beginning, a middle, and an end? Is the main point connecting to you? Do you understand what the speech is going to be about from like the introduction? Does it click? Is there something missing, or could they add something? Right? Is there too much of something in there? Right? These are things you should be giving feedback on. Right? Does that all make sense? Try not. And again, if someone before, like, here's another advice before we get started. If someone before takes your idea, try to be helpful somewhere else. And again, this is not the time to make super awesome compliments. Right? Oh my gosh, your speech was so amazing, Nancy. And Natalie, oh my goodness, it's not helpful. Right? Giving a bunch of compliments right now is not helpful. We're trying to like find something where they can improve. Right? And not giving compliments isn't also tearing down their speech or insulting them. Also, if everyone can share what they get from our speech. Yeah. So the message, right? Did the message click? At the end of the day, every speech has to have a main message. Otherwise, you're talking, not say anything, right? But again, try not to be repetitive and try not to be over complimentary, right? It doesn't matter what level of English you are. It doesn't matter. You're an audience member. Your perspective, your thought is actually really valuable right here. Because again, the speakers have to be talking to a big audience, right? Okay. Without further ado, we ready to hear some of our speeches? Yeah. Thumbs up. So enthusiastic. So our first speech, we did like a roll, for who gets to go first. No, we didn't. We just went Nancy and Natalie. The two N's, reverse alphabetical order. N-E versus N-A. Okay. Nancy is the first speaker. Again, all these speeches are 5 to 7 minutes. Again, right? 5 to 7 minutes is the speech. If they go under, they don't count. Like if in a real contest, right? Even if they were going to do something to get to the next round, if we wanted to have an actual club contest, they would be competing against the clock right now. If we wanted to do it, like in an area contest, you actually have to compete against the clock. You can't just go up if you have like. Anyways, side note, right? 30 seconds over. The timer knows what's up. She's on it. All right. First speaker is going to be Toastmaster Nancy from Fear to Voice. From Fear to Voice, Toastmaster Nancy.
Before I start, am I audible and visible? Thank you. You don't have to be great to start, but let's start to be great. A quote from Zig Ziglar that has been guided me since I was a teenager. Back in 2018, when I was in my high school, there was a speech competition. All of the students in this class were encouraged to join, including me. It would be my very first time to join a competition and to speak on the stage. So I registered myself. But as the competition got closer, my fear grew louder. I have prepared, I have registered, but Guess what? On the day of the competition, I didn't join because I thought that I wasn't great enough. I felt insecure because other students spoke better English than me. They were more confident than me, and I missed the opportunity. Then, after the competition ended, my teacher came to me and said, Nancy, remember that opportunity did not happen, but we create them. That sentence stayed with me. And that was the moment when I realized something painful. Yes, I missed the opportunity and I walked away from it. I have wasted a golden chance, not because of the lack of ability, but because lack of courage in myself. Well, I decided after that to join the speech competition. In the following year, I decided to join the competition again. As it was my very first time, when I delivered my speech, my hands were shaking, my heart was racing. Finally, I could deliver my first speech, and it went well. And guess what? I went out as the winner! But in my own opinion, of course, not in the judge's opinion. Yes, that experience taught me something important, that sometimes standing on the stage is already a winner. After that, I keep joining. I join speech competition. Uh, I keep joining the speech competition for few times until finally I got the honorable mention. Finally, I could see a progress in myself. When I graduated from my high school and started my university, I was busy with study. So I stopped practice my English, my public speaking, my communication, all things were stopped. And it was about almost 2 years. And slowly I felt that my confidence and my communication skills were faded. 2 years after that, I decided to join Toastmasters. And I started to deliver speech again. And last year, I joined international speech competition. After few years of stopping, I decided to get up. And did I win? Of course, no. But this journey has never been about the trophies. It has always been about courage. Because in real life, courage doesn't always look big or dramatic. Sometimes courage is simply choosing to try. So let me ask you, fellow Toastmaster friends and guests, have you ever wanted to try something, but you didn't because you thought that you were not ready yet? Maybe you told yourself, I need more time. I am not confident enough. I'm not good enough. Or the most dangerous thing, I need more time. Maybe later. And that is how our fear works. Fear doesn't always say stop. Sometimes it says wait. And while we're waiting to be ready, opportunities quietly pass by. That's when I tried again. That's why I stood on the stage again. And that's why I keep trying until today. And this year, I choose to try again. Not because of I'm certain of the result that I will be the winner or I will be the champion of the International Speech Competition 2026. No, but because I refuse to let my fear decide for me. And I've learned that confidence doesn't come before action, but confidence comes after we start. So tonight, if there is something you have been waiting to try, a challenge you have been postponing, or a step you have been waiting to feel ready for, don't wait. Don't wait until you feel confident. Don't wait until you feel great. Don't wait for the perfect moment because confidence doesn't come before action. It comes after we start. So take a step, raise your hand, say yes, try again. And remember, you don't have to be great to start. Just start and let the greatness follow. Back to you.
All right. Good job. All right. Well done. So before we go to Natalie's speech, while it's fresh in our heads, and we're not actually doing a normal evaluation, we want to give her feedback right away, in my opinion. Okay. So who wants to go first? I'm going to go last. I have a lot of notes. I don't
Can
want
I
to repeat
volunteer
myself.
since I'm the GE?
Let's go, GE.
Okay. Hi, Nancy. So Ben said that we have to focus on giving feedback, not compliments. But I disagree. You can give compliments as long as it's genuine. So at least the speaker knows that which one that is already good, so they don't need to worry about it. Okay. However, but I will deal with Vincent right now. For me, the good part is still a bit elusive in Nessie's speech right now. Okay, there are two things that probably I would like her to back to the script and improve. Number one, you try to uh, some of grammar mistakes are here and there, and wrong word choice, diction here and there that can a little bit interfere with the meaning if you speak in front of uh, you know English native speakers audience basically. So now we have a lot of access to Grammarly, AI, things like that. You don't have to make you should not mix a script using AI, but for fixing the grammar, I think it's fine without changing the essence of the speech, right? So that's number one. Number two, the content in international speech contest is actually the one that is given the heaviest weight, right? The biggest score is actually on the content and see the message, what you want the audience to take out of it. Okay. And I think for a speech to stand out, it has to be distinct enough. The message has to be distinct enough from most of the speeches we have heard before. Unfortunately, in my opinion, the message is still too general. Like, never give up, try again. It's like we have heard of this thing over and over again, sometimes overused even. Okay. So feels like we know that this is the best way to go. Keep going, try again, learn from failures, and blah, blah, blah. So if you cannot produce a distinct enough message, at least the delivery has to be distinct enough. Something that will make people, when they listen to your speech, they will come up with this type of expression. Oh yeah, I know this one, but I've never heard of anyone explaining it like that or getting the point across like that. Oh wow, I've never heard of anyone saying it that way before. But I've heard of anyone saying, try again, but not that way or something, So either you try to make a distinction in terms of the message, or if you cannot make a distinct message, at least the delivery must be distinct. And the delivery is not the body language, is not the voice tone, things like that, but it's actually the structure even of the speech itself. you need to put a lot of surprises here and there, maybe drama, maybe jokes, you know. So the delivery is the whole packaging of getting your point across. Okay, so please consider the message that you have to be distinct enough. If you really cannot change the message, at least change how you deliver it. Make it sound fresh. Yeah, I suggest you to read the book by Malcolm Gladwell. You know, the outliers, for example, right? So you probably can get a lot from that book to be input or to be used in your speech to make it sound fresh. Yeah, it's about trying again. What makes a lot of people who are totally successful or very successful are distinct enough from the rest of the people. It's not just about trying again, for example. Yeah, try to come up with extreme cases, even though you can put your personal thing, like personal story, but try to make a comparison with someone else's story that is more complicated than joining a speech contest, but still deliver the same message. Yeah. Okay. So that's from me. Go ahead,
All
Jen.
right. First one, there's a lot of minutes there. We've got a lot of minutes to give feedback for everybody. That was a lot. Somewhat useful, I think. So again, message. It's got to be distinct, different. Anybody else want to go?
I wanna go. Can I?
Okay, don't talk for 10 minutes, please. Like
Okay.
Pippin.
It's supposed to be less than that. It's supposed to be
Yeah,
less than
very
that.
much so. Yes.
Okay, sure. Nancy, congratulations. I would like to say good news to you.
We're not
Well,
doing the timeout. We're not doing the counter. That's
no,
later.
no. Yeah, I know. I know
No.
that. I know that.
Okay. Why do we have the
There's a little word behind underground that no underground is below that. When you said after I was announced a winner, then you suddenly continue with your next sentence. What I would like to say is you can take some pause and let the audience celebrate with you for a moment. Then continue. This is exactly what I can listen. Maybe we will distinguish your speech. And the second, you are great speaker. I cannot find done. Finish in less than 1 minute, Seven.
Hey, no, but honestly, uh the counter report, great job. But what he's saying, Nancy, if you got it, is that your jokes, you had two. Pause. Like, I won.
Yeah.
In my mind, not the judges. You had two funny jokes and you kind of did what you say a callback. That's kind of what Rendra is playing. Let the celebration soak in. Let us be happy and then rip our hearts out in a funny way. Because it's really funny. Like I saw the screen, a lot of us chuckled at that joke, but you got to let it soak in a little bit, right? Bring us in, and then break our hearts in a humorous way. So I agree with that, Rendra. Good point. I could cross that out on my list. Hooray. Who's next? I got a lot, so
Okay, I can be next.
who's that? Esther? Yeah, go ahead.
Esther, yes. Hi, Nancy. I think in just adding from my point of view, you have a lot of motivational quotes in your speech. You started with you don't have to be great to start, but it will be great to start, and you have courage is simply to try. Fear doesn't always, I think you have to like pinpoint a few motivational quote, put together a content just like what people mentioned, and maybe build something and make it like so the message is clear, because I see a lot of different quotes in the speech. And in one of the point you were mentioning about like my hands were shaking and my hearts were trembling, but then you deliver it with a smile. Yeah, it's very sweet, you're very smiley throughout the speech. So I think you have to work on like some expressions to make it more dramatic in the speech. Yeah, a few notes on that. Okay, that's from me.
Ah, it's great. See, this is why I like going last because she mentioned quotes, right? And she mentioned when you talk about your fear, your face, your tone, body language all have to match when you're talking about it, right? Those are really good points. And like Natalie and I during COVID, we created this class with another friend of ours, uh, where we wanted the students to be quotable. Me, I have a philosophy where I don't even like using quotes from other people at all. Like make your own awesome quote. Even if it's not that, you could say a wise woman once said, and it's your own quote, but you could say it's my mom, right? To make it more emotionally appeal, but you created it, just gave credit to your mom. But the idea is like great. What Esther said is again, tone, body language, emotion, all have to match. And try not to use a lot of different quotes because you're going to get dock points for that, right? So those are good. I got to race two more on my notes. Excellent. All right. Elios, do you have anything? Dia, everything? Yolanda, you have any inputs? Any thoughts?
I
Out of
have
Okay,
few.
let
five.
me share a little
Apri?
bit.
Oh, Dia? Yeah.
Okay, let me share a little bit what I
Okay.
like from Nancy. Nancy is the quote. She was not only put it in the beginning, but also remind us again in the last to wrap up. And then what I want to suggest maybe on the vocal variety, because for me, from what I heard, it's kind of a bit monotonous. I mean, the same tone in my uh, that will be all then. And then she
Okay. Excellent. I got to erase a couple more there. Okay. Anybody else?
I
Apri?
have. Yep.
Go ahead.
Okay, so for what I like the most about Nancy is your personal story, and you use call to action in the end. And I noticed you using a lot of hand gesture when you delivering your speech. Actually, I really like you using hand gesture more intentionally, but I quite see you're using it quite a lot. So where you can try to reduce it so that you can focus on using hand gesture in certain part of your story, so it can make your uh, powerful speech. So I think that
That's
is for me. Yeah.
That's great. That's a good point. I didn't even have hand gestures on there on my list, but that's a good point. Hand gestures are used to emphasize something more. Like when you're overdoing it, that means everything is really, really important all the time. So the idea, and it's really hard to what we do with our hands. We don't know. It's not natural. It's one of the hardest things to do. But there's a video, I'll find it when Natalie's speaking, where it talks about hand gestures and what to do with your hands and kind of the importance of having open palms and open body and not moving too much. But overusing your hands is too much emphasis on every word you're saying. So good job, Apri. All right. I have mine. Okay. Two things. You introduced your teacher, that little dialogue. One person who's really good at this, in my opinion, here, Natalie, she does a really good job with adding the characters, right? Remember, none of us know your teacher. None of us know who he or she was. So the idea is when you're going to add a character, you need to add the character that is not close to your voice, right? And on stage, like if you were going to have a contest on computer, it'd be like, my teacher is like blah 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 blah. So you on stage, it's kind of similar, right? You want to separate, right, you and your teacher, even with the voice. So you could do like, well, if your teacher's a man, you're like, well, my teacher, he was such a great teacher. He said this, and so you add a little deeper tone. And again, no one knows if it's a guy or girl in a sense, right? That's one thing. Differentiate your characters, right? And then number two, I think when you're on stage, right? Online, it's a little harder, but on stage, the way you get the audience to like you is you got to be more interactive with them. So your rhetorical, you had a quote in the beginning, and then it took you a while to get to a rhetorical question to ask the audience, right? You want to get the audience to kind of do this. They're not going to talk to you, right? They're not going to answer your questions. They're not meant to really do that. But you want to get something out of them, so you kind of give them an obvious yes answer, right? People like to say yes, right? So being more interactive throughout your speech, right? And that goes back to what Rendra was saying with the joke. You're going to get that laughter. You're going to get that rolling laugh, which allows you to pause a little bit, because when the audience is laughing, you don't have to speak. That's like a reward for you, right? So again, teacher and you, when you're having that dialogue, make it a little bit longer, a little bit, but separate your voice and the teacher's voice. And again, try to be more interactive with the audience. Allow them to be with you on this journey, right? Does that make sense? All right, Elios, do you have anything to say besides just pimping out your
Hello.
podcast?
Hi.
Hi.
Nancy, it's good to see you here, and I always love the progress. So yes, maybe all already have given you the feedback, and I think you need to practice more on the vocal variety, especially when you are playing character. So yes, I think that's all from me. Back to you.
Okay. Excellent. All right. Anything you want to say, Nancy, about your speech? What your thoughts are on your feedback?
Okay. I think thank you very much for all the feedbacks. I will practice on it.
Okay. Excellent.
Great. One
Right.
more. If you want, you can sing. Try to find a song that somehow resonates with the message and then sing. Yeah.
Okay, great idea.
Okay.
Nancy is a good singer.
Oh, yeah. You can definitely incorporate your talents to stand out, right? Definitely a good thing. You could go back to, I don't remember which speaker it was, but there was someone that did that in the beginning. All right, let's go. We're on to speaker 2. Our next speaker is English Toastmaster Natalie Chayati. Still in it. Still in it. Toastmaster Natalie.
Check. Can you hear me? Okay, all right. Shakespeare's once said, "What's in a name?" My mother got me late in her life, so she always saw me as a gift. She wished so hard for me to be born on Christmas Day, but she forgot that we live in Indonesia, where everything was always delayed. So I was born 2 months behind on February. Now at 37, I'm still single, still living with my mom, rent-free. By Asian standard, I'm a late bloomer in this race called life. When people saw me for the very first time, they might think, wow, Natalie, an independent and confident woman. And then they see me cooking. After that, they might realize, wow, false advertising. I've tried so hard not to burn anything, but usually my cooking was too salty. Even my mom didn't want to eat it. But let me tell you, I just learned to cook when I was 23, my very first time living abroad and alone in Australia. I even learned to cook rice from my housemate who taught me the magic finger. Measure the water in the rice cooker with your finger. And then she also taught me how to cook fried rice. And she said, Nat, it's so simple. Just mix everything in. When I tried, it's not simple. So confusing. how to eyeball everything. Australia also opened a new phase in my life. I began my longest relationship that lasted until now with Toastmasters. Even after moving back home, other misters lasted for less than a few years, but Toastmasters lasted for a decade. A decade. Maybe because this is the safest place to make mistakes. Dating pools are not that forgiving. One of the guys I've been with said, Nat, you're so strong. You're so independent. You don't need me. No, I do need you. Who will fix my tire and kill the cockroach? Sometimes I wonder, when will my turn to bloom? Last year, I went to my high school reunion and I saw my high school friends. All were blooming in their own career. Lawyer, engineers, doctors, teacher, and even full-time mother. Me? I'm still struggling to grow my roots. I have a stable job, but my heart always yearns for something more. To speak, to train, to inspire. And then my mind doubts. Can I really do it? What if I fail? Isn't it too late? And at that reunion, while ruminating that, I got reconnected with my high school friend Davey, who is now a successful optometrist. Because he's an optometrist, I figure out that she has better vision and can give me the clarity that I needed. So I asked and I shared my concern with her. And she said, Nat, you always work hard in chasing after what you want. It's not too late. Just do it. Oh, I don't know that she can be a psychologist too. So after that conversation, I started to pivot my career into becoming professional speakers. I was rejected in several speaking opportunities, but I kept trying. And I kept taking all the opportunities that come my way. I might be behind, but I'm still in the race. I am still in it. So, ladies and gentlemen, my life phase is like Asian traffic. Slow, unpredictable, and sometimes it doesn't seem like moving at all. But eventually, I will get where I need to be. I'm not late. I'm just blooming in my own time. My cooking? Now I have learned from the best teacher, YouTube. In my mom's last birthday, I cooked her a steak. Still a bit salty, but she ate it with rice. And she said, yeah, not bad. My relationship, I decided that I'm not gonna rush and choose with intention. After all, we're gonna stuck for the rest of our life together. I need to make sure he's good looking, inside and out. My career, I kept taking opportunities that came my way. And this year, I got to speak in more platforms. I'm still in it. I'm still in the race. So friends, some people bloom at 20, like Taylor Swift. Some people at 30, 40, like Henry Ford. Some people even bloom at 60, like Colonel Sanders. We are not late. We're just blooming differently. And the race is not over. So don't count yourself out. Whatever it is that you want to pursue, you're still in it. Back to you.
All right. Okay. And you want to go first, Elios?
Oh, yes, please.
All right.
Thank you. Oh, yes. Thank you, Natalie, for delivering your speeches. I was waiting a lot for your humor, and this time your humor is on point. Every single humor is exactly on the part that we want to hear. And I actually want to challenge you. You are always bringing your props into your speeches that make it memorable. I think for this time also, I would like to see you bring up props that make this speech more memorable. Because this already good for the structure, opening, body, and the closing, even the message itself, and full of the personal story. I really love about it. And yes, again, just a props to make it stick into my mind because it always stick on my mind every time you bring a prop. Back to you, Fred.
All right. So you guys have known Natalie's speeches. She's had like a teacup before. And what other prop did you have before that one?
After that one,
Yeah, you had a teacup, I remember, and then you had something else. But yeah, so
photo
that's kind of
album.
what is that?
A photo album.
The photo album. But yeah, so Natalie's gonna go out of her playbook essentially and changing it up. Which again, if you've done a lot of speeches, you got to kind of change things up and sometimes surprise people. But again, sometimes the audience wants you to play the hits. All right, so good. Thank you, Elios. All right, who's next?
Me.
All right, who's oh,
I think
Dia? Go ahead.
Dia. I think just a minor correction or suggestion since you mentioned about a terminology or stuff like optometrist. Although you mentioned later on about eyes, but maybe a little bit like for those for those who don't know, optometrist is blah blah blah. Just for all of us to remember because I remember as well back then I mentioned a disease, although I kind of uh a little bit mentioning but not directly giving side note. It's also a suggestion for me as well. That will be all.
All right. So yeah, that's a key thing is like also like again knowing your audience and with scientific words that might be common to some are not always common to others. So you don't want to alienate your audience. So like by saying optometrist, making sure maybe that you gesture like, oh, my friend, she's this amazing optometrist. That's a little bit different, but like kind of referencing.
Yeah,
like
Ben doesn't know what it is, so.
okay.
Ben,
Pivot, you want to go?
simple. Continue, Ben, sorry. What?
Your next bit. Your
Yeah.
next.
Oh, me? Oh, sorry. I wasn't interrupting. I was listening to Ben. Are you done, really?
I'm not. I was gonna go. You wanted to go? I know what an optometrist is. I wear glasses.
All right. I have three. First one, same thing as Nancy. Try to run it on AI. Check for grammatical mistakes, diction, particularly the quote. I think it's a little bit wrong. Famously, Shakespeare said, "What's in a name, not what's a name." For example, right? So what's in a name? That's the Shakespeare's quote. Yeah, that's number one. Number two, I think the analogy about stuck in the traffic, that you feel like, you're stuck in the traffic, blah, blah, blah. It's too, it's so profound that it cannot wait until almost the end, in my opinion. You can even, for example, even use it as the opening and then touch it again at the end. I think when you somehow come up with that analogy that you feel like sometimes you're like not going anywhere, I feel a lot of people can resonate with that. And they will feel like, oh yeah, my life is like that too, you know. So you can kind of grab their empathy, or you know, try to build a bridge with your audience. And I think that's probably a better way to start. But you can touch it again at the end. That's the second one. The last one is, I think there are two competing messages here, which one is it about? It's okay to be a late bloomer, or everyone blooms at their own time. I think, which is also a really good message. Or is it, well, you are still in the race despite what happens? So there are two competing messages here. I don't know which one is more important than the other, because in a speech like this, I think it's important to decide which one is actually the main message and which one is actually the second layer message. Okay, so I feel like these two things are competing. So, and in my opinion, it's about, it doesn't matter when you bloom. Everyone blooms in their own way, blah, blah, blah. I think, in my opinion, that is probably the bigger message to be given to your audience, rather than you are still in the race no matter what happens. So try to consider that, please. That's it for me. Thank you. Go ahead, Ben.
Good job. Well done. Yeah, don't want to mix. That's another thing a lot of people do, is they mix different themes sometimes unintentionally, and then sometimes you just kind of mess it up. That's good advice. All right, next. Who wants to go next? Apri.
Okay, so for my feedback, what I like the most is the joke. Also, the delivery also is really good, and I think something that missing for me is to make it more relatable. Probably after you describe about your struggle, you can ask a question to the audience, like, "Have you ever feeling as me before?" So you can make it a little bit relatable to the audience. And for myself, the message itself, and I probably it be different from anyone who watching your speech. So what I got about your message is about the comparison is the thief of joy. So that is my message that I can get from your speech. Yeah, I think that's all for me.
All right. Excellent. Yolanda, you want to go? Okay.
I'm really sorry. I don't think I'm eligible to do any evaluation yet at this moment because
You are eligible.
Everyone is eligible.
Your opinion matters.
and I'm still new into this Toastmaster thingy,
Okay.
and I don't really know, and I still have a lot to learn. And
Okay. Let me ask this then. Let me ask you a question to get you here. What did you like about it? How about that? What did you like about Natalie's speech? One sentence. What one thing you liked?
I like her story. I must say it to you because I've heard it before in the magical Bali.
Okay.
When she delivered this speech, and I like it before, Nat.
Okay,
Rather
wait.
than
This is key then. So you've seen it in person and you've seen it online. Now, you said you liked it before. Like, what did she do specifically the first time in Magical Bali that maybe she didn't do this time? Again, not the fact that you're in person and on stage, but what did she do this time that maybe she didn't do last time that you liked?
I don't know if there's a few part of her story that changed. I think because of the some feedback she received at the time, but I like her story more during that time, and her body language when she does, all the from left to right. I think, and then and she looks more confident. I don't know. It's the energy that I feel like because maybe perhaps we are in the same room. I think that's all. Yeah.
Ben,
So you
sorry,
started
Ben.
this.
Can I ask Yolanda something?
Wait. Let me. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Ask her.
Yolanda, if you can say in one sentence only, what is the main message you get from Natalie's speech?
Like, wow, you don't need to be in the rush, and just do in your own pace for everything, and yeah,
So
and
that's what
don't
I
need
thought
to.
actually, Natalie. See,
Yep.
the main message is about the bloom thingy, that everyone has their own pace, they, with different time. I feel like that is the main one, and
Yep.
Yolanda also some resonated with me instead of still in the race one.
Yep.
So yeah, see,
So as
just
I
a
was about to get
consideration.
really, really excited, Yolanda, you started this off by saying you're not qualified or eligible to do this, and you just gave really solid feedback. Boom! See how it works?
Ooh,
Confidence.
thank you.
You're welcome. No, thank you. Thank you for giving your feedback, because it really, really mattered, right? That you had a perspective that none of us had. You got to see it in person and online. So you added some value. You didn't even know you had it. You had it. All right, Esther, you want to go?
Me?
Your name
Oh,
is
yes,
Esther.
yes, sorry. My um you begin the speech with a quote like what's in a name. I just like a little bit confused like how it connects to the content a bit. I think also the confusion between the direction, like the late bloomers and the race thingy, and the question about like independent. Actually, the pinpoint message that I got from there is like when is my turn to bloom? Like yeah, or something like that to the extent. But I don't know how to connect it to your first opening quote. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
that's good advice, because I actually wrote down my turn to bloom on my notes, but it's connected to something a lot different that none of you guys caught, because very Western idea. Narendra?
I will say one. Natalie, you always best at performing dialogue. Yet
Dialogue. Yeah.
apparently tonight, whether I already got my drug it impacted me, so I was so sleepy, or I heard no tangible or what you call it, really strong dialogue among those two different persons in your speech. Maybe there are, but it seems to me I hear it's not that strong enough. The dialogue of those two persons. That's all. Because you have very strong and vivid visual also audio for this kind of situation. Thank you, Nick.
All right, that's a good point. Again, someone that again, when you've seen someone give speeches for years now, we come to expect a certain excellence. And what Yolanda said about the energy was different in person than now, right? Really played a point to Rendra's point about like something a little bit off. Someone is like already on a plane to Japan for 2 weeks, not really here. And again, this is a note to like all of us, right? Like the people that do public speaking for a living, that go around, they give the same speeches with the same energy every night. Stand-up comedians, singers, all these different kind of people. Like people on doing plays, like on Broadway and off Broadway, they have to give the same energy because the audience might be the same, but mostly it's going to be different. So you want to kind of continue that high energy so you don't alienate people that you've never seen it before. All right. I think okay. So I have one thing. You said when you're doing your rice cooking, use a quote like how to eyeball everything. Did everyone hear that quote? Right? Did you guys does anybody not know what that means? Eyeball? To eyeball it? Right? So again, it wasn't like I heard it and it was like, okay, I got it. But the way you delivered that line, like it was, I had to kind of listen to it a little longer, like eyeball. Because the way you again said eyeball or something like that, it made me think too long, right? I want to be able to hear the quote clearly, right? Because it's an idiom, right? You're not eyeballing something. So when we're using idioms in our speeches, a lot of people that they don't know what that means. It's like you can't just like you have to have been told it before. Like even native English speakers that they've never heard of that, right? They have to think about it, right? And when you're using an idiom in a speech like this, you want to hear it and you want the person to kind of like, oh, I got it, and then keep going. But if you don't say it clearly, and it's like, oh, what did she say? Oh, okay. So that's this. Just making that perfectly put idiom, but just say it clearly, right? Because it is an idiom is a tool for making your words sound a lot better. Okay, now this line, I don't think you intentionally say it, but this is a very Western line that means something you might not think. You mentioned a guy you've been with, right? So the guy I've been with. Typically in America, if you say a guy I've been with or a girl I've been with, it means one thing.
Okay,
Right?
okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. I forgot. Yeah, thank you, Ben.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah.
See,
Gotcha.
we got some dirty
Man,
minds up in
diction.
here. Dirty
Okay,
minds up here.
diction.
And again, we know Natalie's personality. So then what happens is this: when you use that line, and then again, dirty mind, you go from a guy I've been with, and the rest of your speech is bloom, right? And then you go to a high school reunion and people are blooming. That typically means they've been deflowered, which is another little phrase.
My God.
So,
Okay. Gotcha.
Again, I'm glad the ladies in the room understood what guy I've been with means too. So not just my Western mindset.
Crushes.
What?
My crush. Can she say my crush rather than
No,
one of the guys I've been with?
I will just use my date.
Date
My
is
dates.
better.
What are my dates? Is that okay?
A guy I dated. Now
guy
could
I
apply.
dated. Okay. Not one of, yeah. Okay. The guy I dated.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. That's it.
Finish. Great.
Now this
great
one,
catch. Great catch.
it's a great catch because I have a dirty mind. That's why. Okay. Got it. But this one, I want you to. I'm gonna see. So look at it, guys. Military, athlete. Come on, let's go. All right. Read in the chat here, Natalie. You pronounce the word Colonel Sanders. It's Colonel, not Colonel. I don't even.
Colonel.
So Colonel's a rank in the military, right? So it's
Colonel.
not pronounced how it's spelled, right?
Colonel.
It almost sounds colonial, but it's Colonel.
Yeah.
That's
Colonel.
how it would be. So Colonel Sanders, aka the guy from KFC.
I actually almost think that it was a little bit jargony because not everyone knows it was the founder of KFC.
Well, yeah, because again, I don't think you guys had commercials. Like in America, we know what that is already.
Yeah.
Because we have commercials of Colonel Sanders still.
Colonel Sanders is not that as famous as you thought in a way that you assume everyone knows that. That's
yeah.
Okay.
Because again, Indonesia,
what's
like
the other
you guys
you
call
mentioned 3.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, we all know. And then Ford.
40 Henry Ford.
Henry Ford, not President Ford, right?
No.
No, Henry Ford is the one that did the assembly line.
I think you said only Ford that time. We don't know which Ford you were talking about. There's a Ford president. There's Ford the actor. There's Ford
that's
Ford
Harrison Ford.
Mobile automobile.
Yeah, that's the automobile.
Henry Ford, and you would say like Henry Ford and his like creation of the assembly line. Right?
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be long. I don't want to make it long.
I'm just saying, but that's the reference. Like he didn't invent cars. He didn't. He is famous in America for the assembly line. He made the assembly line to kind of make cars faster. That's why he's famous in America. Ford Automotive, or you just use a different famous person.
Okay, might use different famous person. Then I just want to keep it chop.
Like J.K. Rowling or something.
Oh,
which is the one not too far away in history. Like
she's also.
It's like 100 years ago, girl.
But also, J.K. Rowling is super controversial as well.
Started in her 40s.
How about Oprah?
Oprah's good.
Oh, people know Oprah?
She started in 23. It was kind of early, but then I know Rowling was late.
Yeah, anyways.
Anyway, I'll do my homework.
All right. So, yes. That's good. That's a good point. More now references. Justin Bieber started when he was in high school. All right. You said optometrist. You pronounced it a little bit off. So some of the words that are like multiple syllables, look at like Google phonetics and kind of listen to them a little bit. So optometrist, you said it like you. It's not like the syllables aren't elongated, right? Optometrist. I don't know. You got to play it back on the video if you want to see it, but
Yeah, gotcha.
uh,
May I make an excuse? My braces was just tightened yesterday, so even I can't pronounce decade correctly.
you got it. All right. I think we're good. So awesome. And our timer did put the time of the speeches in it. So both of you would qualify for the speech. Again, if this was a club contest and we did it officially and you messed up on time, you would not be able to go to the next level. But I'm doing practice. So you're good. And you're good. All right. Well done, ladies. I hope you guys get the feedback that you want. Also,
Thank you.
if this is from me, Nancy and Natalie, if you have any ideas you want some help from me, you can send me your script and I'll read it and give you some points privately, right? That helps. Okay, now we're going to move on to our table topic aspect of the competition. So I am going to give it over to our table topic master. Now, before I do that, typically what we would do in table topics is that there would be the same exact question in a competition. And one person would be outside and the other person would come in later. But I'll let our table topic master do her thing. Esther!
Yay! Happy New Year, everybody! So, in the light of like contest practice today, I will do something. So, as Ben mentioned before, is it like the table topics will be evaluated right after? Yeah. So somebody is doing presenting table topics, and then somebody else will be evaluating. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. So let me share my screen here quickly. Who would like to try as the first speaker? Can you see my screen?
All right, give Natalie and Nancy are doing. Nancy, you're doing table topics
yes,
also?
Natalie and Nancy is supposed to do it first, right?
Yep.
So Natalie or Nancy?
I'm still writing my notes, maybe Nancy.
Okay. Let's start with Nancy, and then who is going to evaluate?
We all are.
Oh, we are all of us. Okay, again. Okay, Nancy, please choose the number. Sorry.
Number 2.
Number 2. Okay. Here you go. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. A quote by Nelson Mandela. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. Are you ready, Nancy?
Yes.
All right. The time is yours.
Please raise your hand if you have a dream. Okay. And please put down your hand if you don't make your if you can sorry, and please keep your hands up if you make your dream happen now. Okay. Some of you raise your hand, some of you haven't raised your hand. It means that you are still working on your dream, right? As Nelson Mandela was once said that a winner is someone who never gives up working on his dream. If we want to make our dream happen, we have 2 things that we need to do. The first thing is we should try, and the second is never give up. That's the two key points about making your dreams happen. If we want to make our dreams happen, then those things are important. As Nelson Mandela said that we should never give up. If we give up, then we lose our dream, and our dream won't become a reality, but will remain a dream. So, fellow Toastmaster friends and guests, let's make our dream happen. If now you haven't make it happen, don't give up. Keep trying, and keep trying and never give up. That is all for me. I give it back to the tabletop master. I'm sorry.
Ooh, I want to go.
Thank you, Nancy.
Ooh,
Yes.
ooh.
Anybody? First comment, evaluation?
When is the feedback? Do we go do
Right now.
Right
tabletop
now,
deck?
right? Just like the speech, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I would like to give it. Oh, Ben, you want to give it back, or you
Yes.
want to go
Yes.
next? Oh,
Oh,
you
you
got
can go for you can go first. It's
No, I
fine.
thought you were volunteering for the next part.
No, I was volunteering to get feedback.
Oh, go ahead.
All right. So Nancy, I'm gonna go against my own rules. I like the fact that you did a really good attempt on trying to get the interaction right away. But again, with a competition, when you only have 2.5 minutes to talk, got to be really precise with that. So stumbling out the gate is hard to ever come back from in a table topic competition. But I do like it in practice that you're able to kind of take that risk. So be careful with the stumble. Also, when we're practicing table topics, repeating we give people the idea to repeat like the quote as a way to like help them delay and remember something or think of something to say. In competition, it's almost, in my opinion, you get kind of counted against it if you repeat the quote, right? So that's one thing, right? And don't repeat too much, right? The idea, my main lesson is this: when you go into a table topic competition, go in with maybe three stories in your head, right? You want a personal story about how you used this idea and overcame it. You don't even have to reference the quote, like the theme. You have to. Does that make sense, Nancy? So have a story in your mind of someone who influenced you that can connect to any speech in the world for table topics, right? Because the truth is a lot easier to kind of say, right? But that's the idea: is come in prepared with like an idea of what you want to talk about. It's kind of a hack for table topics. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
All right, cool.
Yes,
Is it
thank
better to
you,
me now?
Ben. Yes,
Sorry.
Pipit, please go ahead.
Hey, again, I think message is very important in delivering speech. Remember to be distinct from other people. Develop a contrarian position. Do not automatically agree with everything you hear, even though it sounds nice. There's got to be something that you disagree with, right, Nancy? If you just say yes to every single quote that the table topic master give you, most likely everyone else also do that. So you, for example, don't give up. Yes, don't give up with a condition. When you know, if you know when to stop, for example. Okay. So a lot of people don't know when to stop, and then actually that turns to be a big failure. And so the fact that, for example, you feel like you want to give up, that means you are not successful yet, or you just went through a big failure or something. So you need to look back on it, and then what made you wrong, or what mistake you did, and then try to do it differently this time. That's how you do not give up. But you know how to actually navigate through it. So try to give a catch to a catch is something, yes, but, okay, or disagree completely. Yeah. So I think this is what I tend to see in Toastmasters. Table topic speakers give you a quote which is a brilliant quote, and everyone agree with it, right? So there's almost no distinction at all. So in my opinion, yes, with a condition. Try to develop a contrarian position. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Pipit. Be special, be unique, I think. Be different than the rest of
Can I go?
the other speaker. Anybody else would like to give some inputs to Nancy? Rendra,
Can
you
I?
pop up in my screen. Yes,
Yes,
please.
yes. Nancy, I will give you a theory and you will do the practice. Remember PrEP, P-R-E-P. P is for point. For example, a winner is a dreamer who never give up. Yes, I agree. Just state your positions right away, clearly as possible, and make it aimable so the audience love it. And then after you point out your positions or your agree on it or disagree on it, then you go to your reason why. 1 minute is enough because it is table topic. It must be quick and vivid and easy to be understood. And then you give your personal examples. Maybe another, sorry, maybe the reasoning is 30 seconds and the examples 30 seconds. Your personal experience about this case of a winner is a dreamer who never gave up. You can give example the successful story or failure story. It is yours and everyone will appreciate. Finally, you end with the point that you have mentioned and you can ask the audience to follow you. So prep, point, example, point, reasoning, example, and then point again. That's all, Nancy. 1 to 2 minutes.
Thank you, Rendra. Very thorough points, prep. Anybody else? I think we give one more evaluator, okay? Anybody? Or should we start with the second speaker? Are you ready, Natalie? Okay. Okay, Natalie, choose a number.
Number 1.
Number 1. Okay. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Abraham Lincoln. All right. Natalie? All right. The stage is yours.
The best way to predict the future is to create it. But if you never create one, what would you have? I remember back when the pandemic started, I was in a very tight position. My business failed, my personal relationship failed, even my health was failing. And I thought this will never become better. And then my biggest supporter, my mom, even though we fought every day, but she also said to me, Natalie, I've been living for 70 years. This thing will pass. But if you lose hope, nothing will change. I remember at that time, instead of thinking of what I don't have, I look at what I have and started to make a change. So I focus more of my time and energy in Toastmastering. So I visited multitude of clubs all around the world, from South Korea to Japan, to America, to Canada, to Australia, and even to Iraq. And during those 1.5 years of pandemic, I learned so much. And I even joined my very first international speech contest online, in which I got the winner. And it all started by changing what we have into something that we want to have in the future. So friends, I don't know what is your current reality. Maybe you're struggling with finance, you're struggling with relationship, you're struggling with health. But if you do not do anything, nothing will change. So look at what you have, change it, and then your future will change. Create the future you want. Back to you.
Thank you, Natalie. Let's come back to the floor to give some feedback. Who wants to start? Pipit, you want to start?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Again, I would suggest the same thing. Yes, with a condition. I still feel like it's a 100% yes without a condition. So if, for example, you can say, just like what you said about you can create your future is in your hand, predict the future by creating things like that. But then remember, in real life, sometimes we do all we can, but the result is not according to our expectation, right? Why don't you share that? I mean, I think that will deliver even a stronger message that, you know, it's okay to be optimistic about the future. We can create the future we want. But remember, there will be moments when we have done all we can, but then the result somehow is not gonna meet the expectation. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, it doesn't stop us from, you know, hoping for the best or something like that. So I think, yes, with a condition that will make you a little bit different, hopefully a lot different from other.
Great input. Thanks, Pete. I
Yeah.
wanted to do that, but the brain doesn't work as fast as I want.
The
So what
brain
is
is
the
not
tip?
braining.
What's the tips to be able to make it different? You know, like how is the preparation usually?
I'm a debater in a way. I automatically said I disagree, and so that's gotta be something that I disagree with about this statement. So
Yes.
yes, but so found out with the but. There's gotta be something.
Okay.
So for
Yeah.
me, just now, the future is in your hand. Yes, blah blah blah. However, don't forget the however. There will be moments in life after we do all we can. We thought we do all we can, but the result is not according to what we wish for, and that is okay. The message remains that we should not give up trying to write our future. So that's somehow problem. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Pipit.
Excellent.
Anyone? Maybe Dia? Dia want to share some inputs, Dia?
Yeah, I like how in the opening you agree, but you also give a contradiction. And but how if we don't create anything, and then maybe it's not an counter or something, but you did a repeating word. I remember twice in not too far from the previous sentences. So be careful with that. It
Yeah.
will like uh, what is it?
The
Disturbing
transition.
the yes, correct. Yeah, that will be all.
Yeah, this it's not very smooth because you're thinking at the same time, multitasking, right? Yes.
Gotcha.
Anyone else? One more person?
Yeah. So
Yes,
kind of like
Ben.
going with like what Pippin said as like a contrarian idea. I take a look at the speech and you're like, just the words in it, kind of the wordplay. So it says, you know, at the end, created. So you think about what is something that you created, right? What is something you created? It's like, I created this. My future didn't turn out like this. You know, then you kind of create, like you kind of now have this like invisible prop that you're able to like use. And it can be creating like, you talked about cooking earlier, right? Where, you know, you made your mom a steak. Like I created a medium rare steak. My future is not a butcher, right? You know, it's like, you know, some, I don't know, but the idea is taking the audience on a journey, but also giving them a twist in a sense. Like one, like I said, Pippin said, don't always agree with something, but one, make us think, but take us like in stand-up comedy, right? You're looking for that kind of big punchline or a twist in it, right? You're going this way, and all of a sudden you drag it back this way, right? And it doesn't have to be so crazy with table topics. It's not like a you know, humorous speech contest, but you know, look at the words within it, and then you know, it gives you a little bit of a moment. Like, look at one word and kind of use that as a way to kind of you know, move with the speech a little bit. I think, but you're pretty good, so you know it. You know what to do. You're ready to go to Japan. That's what it is.
I guess as a speakers, you have to prepare like so many scenarios in your head, right? You have to prepare like what kind of story you want to put and pull, whenever you need anything
Like a
to share. Yeah.
hack the game.
Mm, mm, mm. All right. So,
Thank you.
anybody else would like to
You know what's
try?
crazy about it? Sometimes
Yeah.
Can
after
I? Can I?
there are three things that comes up in our mind. The last one is usually the best one, and it was too late.
Okay.
Skip this
Can I answer?
like that.
Yes?
Yes, Rendra, go.
Yes, go
Can we
ahead.
go to the previous slide? Previous slide. Okay, can we go to the proper? Yeah, Natalie. The best way to predict the future is to create it from Abraham Lincoln. To me, to my opinion, this is one of the most important or famous quote from famous person. So, in my humble opinion, it is good to say your point up forward that you agree or disagree, or if you don't do not agree, how many percentage of of the disagreement, because it will accumulate or direct the opinion of the audience, especially the judges. It also can be approached using the prep, as I mentioned to Nancy earlier. You mention your point and then reasoning why, and then you give example of yours, real example of Natalie's about this condition, and then you state again your point about this quote. This actually I learned this from my experience of the interview just months ago. I learned prep for the interview. So it's also apply for the table topic session, I think. So since you are the winner of the table topic session, table topic championship, I know you know well what I'm talking about. Thank you, Nat.
Thanks, Ren. So you
Thank you.
mean to have a more distinct stance, right? So it's easy to follow after.
Exactly, Nat. Because at the beginning of your table topic, you somehow at the 50% about this idea, disagree or agree or somewhere, I don't know, between. So for the people with logic like me myself, I'm not I'm not happy with that. So I need you to be agree 100% or disagree 100%. That's all. But it's yours, Nat. Your call, not mine. Thank you, Nat.
All right. So maybe for the next table topic speaker, we have Rendra. We'd like to hear your opinion, whether you agree or not agree to this to this
Agree with
quote.
condition lah,
Okay.
Ren.
Let's do practice.
Yeah, Rendra, mau choose the number?
I love number 1 and 3.
Number 3, okay.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. This is a quote by Albert Einstein. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. Are you ready? Are you ready, Rendra? All right, Rendra.
I do agree with Albert Einstein quote of education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. Why do I agree? Because yet for most people should have mind to think. If you don't have mind to think, I'm afraid that either you are spatial person or not a person at all. So have a mind to think is important as a human being, especially for Homo sapiens sapiens, for a person. I have the example why. When I was in the first level of elementary school, I just see the 6th grades of elementary school learning maths. I show by my eyes, my 2 eyes, of course, that those maths are deadly, deadly difficult. I was afraid at that moment when I was in first level of elementary school. This math is insane. I will not continue study. It will kill myself sooner or later. So, but hey, how can they be like that? Some of them be the best, be the first champion of the class. So instead of give up, I just continue my study. Long story short, I know all the maths. Even if not I'm the best, but I know how to think of the maths, and it applies also to you. Well, education is not only how we learn the facts, but if we have mind the things, we already in good foundations. Mind the thing is something really important differentiate me, you, and everyone with baboon. Even baboon can think something. Or I don't know, maybe with things. Thing that's not thing to think. I give the call back to Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Rendra. Rendra with training the mind to think. All right, I'm giving it to the floor to give feedback. Maybe PP want to start?
Oh,
Hey,
feedback.
seriously?
Feedback is only for Natalie and
Feedback
Nancy.
is only for the okay. All right. So I'm giving back to the floor to join the table topics.
Yolanda.
Okay. Maybe PP want to be the next table topic speaker because we want to see how you
I was about to
opposing to
type.
the quote.
Actually, my headset is a little bit
Oh, no.
problematic, but it's okay. I'll try.
All right. Which number you
I hope
want?
I
1,
can
2,
hear
3.
you. The
Huh?
last one, please. The last one.
Number 8?
Yeah.
All right. What
Infinity 8. Sorry. No, number 8,
what makes you
infinity.
different or weird? That's your strength. Oh, that's a nice quote. What
One more
makes you
time, sorry.
different or sorry?
One more time.
What makes you different or weird? Can you see my screen?
I cannot.
Oh, okay. I'm sharing screen actually. What
Okay.
makes you different or weird? That's your strength. This is a quote
What
from
makes you
Meryl
different
Streep.
or weird? That is your strength. What makes you different or weird? That is your strength. That depends, ladies and gentlemen, of course. If what makes you different, it's something that makes people hate you, it's not going to be your strength ever. For example, I'm different because I do not have any filter when I speak. I have this brutal honesty that makes me different from other person. Is that going to be my strength? Probably in a debate competition, yes. But in real life situation, I can get killed easily. So when someone said that being different or weird is a strength, it's not always. Depends on how you define your quirkiness, your weirdness, and your strangeness. If, for example, someone have a certain quirky side, and that person can somehow exploit in a positive way that quirky side and make it like a nice like a positive side, then that will be your strength. For example, if you know that, for example, in modeling supermodel world, we have people from Ghana, for example, who not from Ghana, who's that, Naomi Campbell, right? Very tall, with dark skin and long hair, straight hair, something like that. But for people, that kind of feature might be look different and strange because she lived in the UK, but she used that strength as her uniqueness and her selling point as a supermodel. That would be probably something that can turn your quirkiness into a strength. But back to the question, whether or not the strangeness or the quirkiness or being different automatically become a strength, in my opinion, is not always, depending what kind of strength things this is and how you present it to the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Pipit. Definitely a very honest opinion from Pipit. All right, next I see Elios. You are raising up your hands. You would like to be the next table topic speaker?
Yes, please.
Yes, all right. Which number you would like to choose?
Oh,
1,
eight?
2, 3, and 8 already taken.
4 then.
4, okay. 4, you may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them.
Wow.
This is a quote from Maya Angelou. Are you ready,
Wait, let me.
Elios?
Not yet. This is. I need to think.
Yeah, think. You may not
Wait,
control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them.
Okay.
All right. The floor is yours, Elios.
Hi, this is 2026. Can you control your mind? Can you control your appetite? Or can you control your mouth? Not to swear, not to bully people, not to just do anything worse. I tried my best in 2025. And I failed a lot, miserably. I lost friends. I lost families. I lost everything that I have built in past years. Do I surrender? Where's the white flag? Yes, sometimes I want to surrender, but I don't. I don't. I don't want to be reduced by those people who say that Ilios is blah 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 blah. Ilios is blah 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 blah. Ilios is well. Go speak all of thing that you want to speak about me. It doesn't matter. The one thing that I only care is how my God speak to me. If God decides, I will obey. And yes, thank you, God, for giving me the chance to live. I feel alive. Even though most of the 2025, I feel dead already. I feel like I burned into the ash. But I would like to rise like a phoenix in this 26. It is the year of the horse. The year to move on. The year to raise out. Are you ready? Yes. Take the opportunity. Back to you, Esther.
Thank you, Elios. All right. That's sweet. Good things to happen in 2026. Yes, we still have 3 more topics. 3 more persons to join table topic session.
Yolanda,
Yeah.
go, Yolanda.
Yolanda, where are
Yeah,
you?
the timer.
Sorry.
Oh,
Yes.
Yolanda.
Yes, Yolanda, you would like to join? Yes. You can choose number 5, 6, or 7.
I'll choose 5.
5. Yeah. And please spin the timer. Don't forget. All right. Number 5. This is from Princess Diana. I don't go by the rule book. I lead from the heart, not from the head. I don't go by the rule book. I lead from the heart, not from the head. Okay, Yolanda? Okay, you pin the timer. So when the timer screen turns to green, you can actually stop. Or you still can continue until it's red, and then you have 30 seconds to wrap it up. Yeah?
Okay.
Okay, are
Okay.
you ready? Yes, Yolanda.
Okay. I don't really 100% agree with these quotes because I'm more into a headstrong person. I'm not saying that not using your heart is I'm not saying that using your heart is wrong, but in certain cases, uh, you you need to use more of your head, and then you can use more in your intuition after that. But using your heart in most of my experience of life can lead you to confusion because you can different you can you it came with the age, but when you're young, your heart might lead you to the wrong part of journey in life, and because not many experiences in there, and it's better to use the your head more during that time. And then when you got to a certain phase in your life, which is in this you can say like your age, you got more older, then you can use your heart, as in what I would call it intuition more. But I don't think this quote is really matched with me. But uh, well, anyway, it's said by a very famous person, so I cannot really say anything more on it. But yeah, but for me, it's better to use your head. It's more reasoning, it's more logical, and it can lead you to uh, a, 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 a better way in life. Thank you. I'm really sorry if I talk a bit longer. Sorry.
No problem at all, Yolanda. So Yolanda with Lidi, not just from the heart, also from the head. All right. We still have two more. Anybody else?
I think we're at
Yeah.
a time. We only have 17 minutes left
Yes.
total.
Okay.
So.
Maybe that's all. I'm giving back the floor to Tom.
Okay. Great job, Esther. Good questions. But our evaluations went long. So we have a GE. She's going to give us a little bit of her thoughts on this meeting. And then we'll close it.
Thank you for the time. I think it's great. That's all I can say. I think everyone agree with me. If anyone here disagree with me, show yourself. Challenge you. Okay, I think it's great. I think it will be very valuable to those who will join the competition, but it is also valuable for those who will not join because the feedback is actually applicable in general to all of us. So I think this meeting has been fruitful to all of us. But I also, as a GE, I have a duty to ask the member of the GE team to present their finding. So of course, Dia also mentioned here and there about the time, but to wrap up, is there anyone who went over time or under time, something like that, Dia? Can you let us know?
Yes, fortunately, all of our speakers, both from paper speech and table topics, are eligible, but just a little bit reminder that for Natalie, 7 minutes 20 seconds, it's a little bit of dangerous, and then Yolanda 2 minutes 24, also a little bit dangerous. Back to you, G.
Very much in danger. Yeah. Now this one, you cannot be a late bloomer in terms of this time. This speech time, no late bloomer, okay? You can be late in anything else. Rendra, can you go with the counter report?
Okay, everyone, I will share what I was shared earlier, but I found out something. So first, I do apology for those table topic speakers that seems to me that I focus only to the competitors for the championship. If you pay attention during the prepared speech, both Natalie and Nancy speak English very well. I hardly find lexical or non-lexical. So yeah, what, no, but, etc. and I cannot find for those both speakers. However, during the table topic, it seems to me because it is they do not prepare and a little bit nervous, it impacted their performance. I heard Natalie use one repeated word, and Nancy, you made a lot for so twice, four times, and repeated twice. So you need to have a table topic drill, Nancy. If I'm not mistaken, you can do it by yourself. You create questions to you, and you answer yourself. You record them both, and you then learning how many you have made within your table topic. It is important because you need a flying hours, jam terbang, to do the table topic session. And for the participants that I cannot count, yet I pay attention because I would like to see Yolanda growing. Yolanda, you seems nervous a lot, and you make lexical and lexical a lot. I do apologize. I do not count you in my seat. However, never worry about this because everyone has a learning curve, including you. Now you have some, but the future you will last like Nancy and then finally like Natalie. It's almost none. So for all the participants of table topic sessions, we have a good session in 2036. Give a control back to G.
Thank you so much, Rendra. And yes, please focus on the contestant. Yeah. And then I think Nancy is the one has to be more aware of the fillers that you say here and there when you think. Okay. So I think when we think, everyone has their own pause fillers when they think that comes up somewhere as a something like that. So try to be mindful of this thing. It's better to just be quiet rather than say something that is not necessary. Okay. All right. And that's it, right? Ben, is there anything else?
Nope. Just a
Language
picture.
evaluator, right? Okay. Nothing. All right. So I think that is it from me. And Natalie give me a hand signal for taking a photo, but I'm not the one taking it. Who is able to take it, please?
Bruncha, let's go. Photo.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
If you
Elios,
can
photo.
turn on your
That's it.
video.
What's the first one? What's the first one?
Maybe formal first. Formal
Formal.
first.
Okay.
Formal. Well, whatever you think formal is. Okay. Apri, see your camera. Where's
Apri's
your
camera's
camera?
on.
See your camera, Apri. Okay, wait a second. This is the camera. 3, 2, and 1. Hold on. I have to paste here and there.
What's the second prompt?
Being a champions. What do you do if you
Champion?
are a champion?
Okay.
Yeah, a champion code. Wait. Okay, Bhinneka is here. I need to paste it. Okay, paste Bhinneka. Okay, done. Now the pose of the champion. Okay, wait. Okay,
Go, bro.
sorry, man. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. Cool. Okay, thank you. I take those both already.
All right. Excellent. Good job, Rendra. Well done. And good job to our GE controlling everything. And again, to our contestants, good luck into the area contests. And reach out, man. That's the way. Again, you need to have perspectives. Again, last thing, we have 10 minutes. Still going to finish early. is that, in my opinion, you've heard these kind of speeches. You got like 5 people that you trust. And these 5 people that you could trust, they should not all think like you. They need to have different perspectives. They cannot be yes people, right? Got to have people that are going to be honest and give you real feedback. And again, at the end of the day, when you do a speech, it's up to you to decide what you want, and then your results will speak for itself. Like for me, I've worked with Natalie several times, and she's used some of my ideas and won. It was cool. Makes me feel like I'm a part of the win when someone reaches out and applies what you've done, right? And Pippet is a debate coach, tells her students do this, but she can't be the speaker for them. Just do this. You do it, you'll probably not lose. And then they go do it, and they win, and it's like, see, I told you so, right? The idea is find these people that you can trust and that you have thick skin, because sometimes you think something is amazing and it's not. Happens. The best of us, all of us, right? We get it's called seeing things with rose-colored or rose-tinted glasses. We think our stuff is better because we're biased. Get unbiased people to kind of say, nope, that's garbage. Here's why. Right? Have those kind of friends in your life. And I mean friends that do that. That'll help you out quite a bit. But again, thank you all for coming. I want to ask Yolanda, what did you think of our little old Bhinneka Online Toastmasters Club meeting today? What is your views on this?
Very, I learned a lot from you, from Pipit's comment, your comment, and everyone. And I like it. I like it this evening, just as like the other Toastmaster. But as you said before, in the beginning of the meeting, that you will give a cutthroat feedback. So I kind of prepared.
Yeah.
But I think we need it to grow. Not all just the compliments.
Absolutely. I mean, again, the contest is a little bit different. You want to kind of be welcoming and not just squash people's dreams when they're trying to get better. But when when there's going to be an actual winner and loser, you can't I don't believe in just saying things are great. That's my thoughts. But anyways, I want to give it back to our president to close out the rest of our meeting. Natalie, close out the meeting with your presidential style doing things.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ben, GE, Distinguished Toastmaster Pipe, Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Esther, Accounter, Toastmaster Rendra, Timer, Toastmaster Dia, and all other role takers like the one who's working behind the scenes, Zoom host, Toastmaster Apri. Thank you very much. And of course, my fellow contestant, Toastmaster Nancy, and visiting Toastmasters, Toastmaster E.T. and Toastmaster Yolanda. Thank you very much for all your participation in our special meeting tonight. I know it's very different than the normal or regular Toastmaster meeting that you may have attended in the past, because we believe in Bhinneka Online. One of our club values is build each other's up. So if we can support each other in our own journey, that's what we're gonna do. So that's why we have this special meeting as another way to celebrate progress and pivoting from our original club contest plan. So thank you for coming. I will announce that in the next 2 weeks, we will have a regular meeting on the 19th of January. So 19th of January, we're back at our regular meeting. If you want to take role as Toastmaster of the meeting, GE speakers, please contact Mr. Ben here. Feel free, Yolanda, if you want to join and you want to do like counter or anything that ease you into Toastmasters even more, feel free to contact Ben or contact me and I will give his contact. And yeah, Ben has asked your feedback, so I just want to ask Pipit, because it's been a while since we see Pipit. How was it? And do you want to go back more often?
If it's on a Monday, it's killing me. As you know, the only reason I can come today because my classes have not started for the year. But I'll try my best, okay?
Okay, we're counting on it. And thank you also, Esther, with Meow Meow, the cat, who's very active behind the scene. Yeah, that's all from me. I know we're almost time, so I just want to encourage you all to come to our next meeting on the 19th of January, same time, same place. We always use the same Zoom link for our future meetings. So make sure you come our next meeting. If you're in Surabaya or around, the area contest will be. Oh, wait a sec. We have our area director, Dia, even though it's not, the same area, but because it's
Yes.
a joint contest, I would like to give the floor to Dia to announce the area contest.
Okay, thank you, Natalie. So the joint area contest between area N2 and N3 will be on Sunday, February 8th, 2026 in Pasio, Surabaya. So if you want to support Natalie and also Nancy, please come. Giving back to you.
Thank you, Dia. Okay, that's it. And thank you everyone for your participation, your support. Appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next 2 weeks. This meeting is officially adjourned.
And the quote of the day is the guy I got with.
Okay, cheers everyone. My drug is already taking me out. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.